it's Ruby, and today I am going back up to London for a very exciting event. I'm so excited for this because it's just one of those things which is just going to be so historically important. I recognise that. So if you didn't know, I studied World War I literature as part of my English A-level, and as a part of that course I was really encouraged to rehumanise the victims of World War I. I can particularly appreciate just how important this film release is. So this evening I am going to the premiere of They Shall Not Grow Old, which is a film by Peter Jackson, and it's basically restoring the footage which was taken in the First World War, the grainy footage which really prevents us from fully associating with and understanding these men. Some of the footage has been put into colour, so now it looks like it was shot by HD cameras. It's incredible, and I'm so excited to both see it and also to interview Peter Jackson later, which is incredibly exciting. Currently at the station, I'm at St David's, and I'm going to take you along on my journey this evening and also tomorrow, which is the youth premiere of the event. I'm so excited for this, and I'm really excited to take you along with me on this journey. Okay, so I'm in my hotel room. It's looking like a complete mess because I need to get out of here really quickly. I'm going to, basically I've got 15 minutes to get over to the National Theatre. I'm all ready for the premiere. This is what I'm wearing. I decided to wear these culotte trousers. My whole outfit is from Zara as well, if you're wondering. They said smart more than formal, so like more than traditional premiere, so this is what I've gone for, and I hope it's okay. So I'm here now, and I'm just waiting for somebody who's going to tell me more. Okay, so because it's Ruby, I invariably went to the wrong place because my directions are just completely atrocious. But that's fine because we've decided to meet somewhere halfway through where I was and where Stacey was. So now we're gonna head over to the right place. So I'm going to the South Bank Centre, and I'm not gonna make the way. Okay, down here. You just have to follow your little blue dot. The direction tool is honestly a lifesaver for people like me who can't do directions. There we go, focus. So I am really excited, but I had to do the awkward thing where I walked down the side of the red carpet to get into the BFI, and then I checked. I said, oh, I'm in the gift shop, and I was in the wrong gift shop.
Guaranteed, yeah, you can go through actually that.
There you go.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So it's currently about 11-ish, and I got back a little while ago, but I decided to call my parents. I want to talk to you about this event. Oh my goodness, the film was incredible. I was expecting for it to be powerful. I mean, I'd spoken to people beforehand and they'd said, you know, it's amazing, it's revolutionary, it's going to change the way that we approach the First World War from an education point of view. But I was not prepared for that. That was incredible. The thing that really struck me, the thing that I really loved about it, was this emphasis on bringing to light something which had never before been brought to light, an experience which was entirely new, entirely alien. So it's this part, it's the events on the front line which are put into colour. It's these events which are made really significant, these events which have never been seen before, and that's emphasised through the coloured footage. But oh my goodness, the moment when you see everything in colour, it's so surreal because it feels like it could have been shot, you know, a few years ago. It doesn't feel like it's old. Never seen World War I footage like that, and that's because we've never had World War I footage like that. I mean, what has been done with this footage, what Peter Jackson has done, is incredible. Good morning. So today I am going to the youth premiere, which I'm really excited about. So I'm not leaving till 11:30. It's currently 8:30 and I've just made my bed. I'm gonna head downstairs for breakfast now. And at the same time, I'm just gonna go over the interview questions, which I pre-prepared for Peter Jackson and Dan Snow, because since seeing the film, I want to alter them slightly. And then I'm gonna come back up here, and I think I might just do some studying until about 11, and then I'll head over.
How old was your granddad when you joined up, Peter?
He was 20. He was born in 1891, joined up in 1910. So he was 20.
How old are you, Ben?
I'm 16.
Right, it's the same, from the same part of Wales.
Yeah, that's right. I'm from South Wales as well. So,
Yeah, wow.
right, you know, could have met him in a past life or something.
That could have been you, man.
One thing that the film does touch on,
Yes.
sorry, was that the younger people that, like, I could have been in the war at that age if I was convinced to. Do you think that this film might help the younger generation really empathise with the soldiers?
Well, I mean, you should empathise. You should empathise with any human beings that you can, you know. I mean, to have empathy is to actually, you know, look at somebody's experience and what they're experiencing, and to actually feel for them and to understand, into some measure what they're going through.
Following on Ben's question, is that kind of what you want to achieve? So rooms of people like this, a generation that never met anyone who served in the First World War, there's no personal link. Did you want them to be able to see it as kind of maybe you see it in your mind's eye?
Yeah, well, look, when you're dealing with the First World War on a film, you know, you have to kind of make the fundamental decision, which I didn't make at the beginning, because when I started this project, I was sort of working my way through it. But you're either taking the approach of a historian, or you go a more personal way. And once we started restoring the footage and we saw these faces coming alive, it was clear that the more personal way to go. So that's what I've been historians.
Yeah.
That's what historians do. They draw that stuff. But I think what's important is that people actually kind of focus on the men and the women. I mean, my film I just focus on men at the Western Front, but the women in the factories, and the nurses. I mean, that's a whole other story.
I wonder, how do you recommend that young people use this footage? What do you think they can gain from it?
Well, I think, look, the good thing is you can watch this film, and then I think you need to think about the issues that it raises, right? Why do we do what old men tell us to do? Why don't they just say to their generals, no thanks?
So my train from Paddington's closed for some reason, so I can't catch that train. I'm going to catch one from Waterloo instead, but it's going to be an extra hour and a half on the journey, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine because I've actually downloaded so many readings to do, so it shouldn't be an issue. Natural kitchen. See, I'm looking for somewhere to have some lunch, and this looks quite nice. Let's have a look if they've got any vegan options. Quite a while to get through, and I also need to write a response to this ready for tomorrow, and I haven't done it yet. Station. I don't know what the name of the station is.
This train is for Exeter St David's. The next station is Rehumanising.